Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Hawk.
what's up, folks?
What is up? What is up? Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Tighten up. Good
Victory
evening.
Monday.
Yes, sir. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. Hey, first we want to say congratulations, Jacques, to them Titans boys, man. 20-0, bro. Blank them jokers out, man.
Goose egg. Since it hasn't been done since 2000, man. But it hasn't been done since 2000 at home and since 2018. So congratulations to the Titans for getting that goose egg and getting the ultimate thing, which is a win. So hey,
Absolutely.
Shout out to them boys, man. It's good to have a victory Monday instead of a sour Monday. So
yeah, exactly. You know who was feeling kind of happy before the game, Jacques? It's that boy Urban Meyer, man. You see this joker, man? He's smiling, teeth grinning, right? Talking to his former guy that he worked with at Ohio State. He was actually Mike Vrabel's boss, right?
Yep.
And then after the game, this joke gonna be a sourpuss at the end of the game. He didn't really shake his hand, man. Just walked off. Hey, them boys, man.
Come on, coach. Come on, coach. Tell him, come on, coach. What are you doing, man?
Exactly.
Come on, man. So,
definitely,
man.
So who we got in the comments, man? Who we got?
Jeremiah. What's up?
Jeremiah.
What's up? Tighten up. Tighten up.
What's good?
We got Latoya. Hey, tighten up.
Latoya P. What's up, man? What's happening?
Hey, we got Ian Talley in the building. He says, tighten up, fellas, way to go defense. Exactly.
Ian sent a comment. Check Ian's comment about with Jared Stillman today. Pull that up. Do you see it?
I don't. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Ah, so you did call in. Hold on. Let me find something.
Ian Talley, I call often, sir. Hey, I do. Hey, I call often, and I've won like free tickets. I've eaten lunch with them before, with him and the GM. Rest in peace.
That's
Chris Sanders.
Wow.
Those guys. Yes, that was me. I call often.
Yep.
Wasn't Jared Stillman salty today?
Uh-oh.
He was negative today.
On the offense, what was he talking about? See, I don't.
The whole team, man, as if like we didn't win. But we'll talk about that later. Ian, yes, that was me. Who else we got?
Jakeon, you early. Yes, sir. You are early. Tighten up. Hey, Paulie D, love your blue. What up, fellas? Tighten up. Mari, tighten up. Who we got? You got Ryan Dodd in here. Tighten up.
Ryan Dodd.
Hey,
what's
Titans
happening?
overdraft. Hey, Sean. Hey, tighten up. Mark, what up, brother?
What up, Mark?
Game?
What's good, bro?
Facts, no paper, bro. Facts, no paper. Derek Brown. Hey, tighten up. Hey, Rashad Wright. Once again, tighten up. Keisha.
Tighten up. Keisha Bobby, what's good, man? What's happening?
Up. Captain Trips, tighten up. Hey, who else we got? Quan B.
Tighten up.
Hey, so let's JT Terry. Hey,
Fayetteville, Dreamville, what's good? What's happening?
Fayetteville, North Carolina. Salute. So
that's right.
Hey, man, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yep, Jacques. So yeah, that was me, Ian. That was me, man. I don't know. Jared was on one today, man. Man, I have to address this, Jacques. I did the exact same, bro. I cut the radio off. We won.
He was that bad?
He was that bad today, bro.
Wow.
He was talking bad about Julio. He's talking bad about the defense. You won't believe that. He talked about the defense, bro. He talked about it. We should have scored more points. A lot of things. Like, man, we won the game. Let's be a little bit more optimistic. You can point out some things. Don't get me wrong, but we won the football game at the end of the day, man. So, Ian, you're right.
Ain't gonna never be satisfied, huh?
That's right.
All right, Jeremy. Hey, tighten up. He said on the Pittsburgh. Hey, we got Fleetwood Titan in the building. Hey,
yes, sir.
We'll get to that section that y'all love so dear later on this show. But hey, we got a guest.
Yes, we do.
We got a guest.
Yes, we do. Man. So what we want to do now, we want to bring on our special guest, man. Hey, you got to check this guy out on Instagram, man. This guy is as good as the Titans Instagram handle when it comes to information, man, and things, man. This dude is on freaking fire, man.
Yes, sir.
Without further ado, man, we want to bring in Zach from Titans Torch, man. What's up, Zach? What's going on, brother?
What's up?
Zach is in the building, brother. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good now.
Good, man. Good stuff,
nice. Hey, like Hawk said before you get started, Zach, I know you're going to go through your handles and everything, but for real, guys, like Titans news, Titans Torch, when his Instagram got started, bro, he brings that hot fire. He's on point, guys. So if you haven't followed him on Instagram, guys, please do it. because he keeps me on my toes. I'm like, okay, what's Titan Torch talking about today? What are you talking about today? So, hey, salute, brother. Hey, and we appreciate you coming on to the show, man. So definitely.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me and promoting me all the time. I'm Titans Torch on Instagram. I have a Twitter, but I don't really post anything different on there. Just same stuff as Instagram. And then I have a YouTube, but like we were talking about earlier, I don't really post on it right now. It's kind of like a future project. So you can subscribe to that, but I probably won't be uploading anything on it for a while. So just Instagram. I try to do like all kinds of stuff on there, like news and throwback stuff and just all kinds of content. So
cool.
That's about it.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, you guys make sure to subscribe. You know what I mean? Follow them on Instagram as well. And make sure you hit the like button, folks. We got 23 people in the chat, folks. Hit that like button if you have not subscribed to our channel. Subscribe today. Also, as well, follow us on Instagram as well at Tennessee Titans Weekly, man. So we got some more commenters. Jacques, who else we got, bro?
Let's see what we got in here. We got Captain Trips. Hey, salute. So it looks like we got still the same people, man. They comment, going back and forth in the comments. So
good stuff.
Like I said, man, we'll definitely get to you guys. The famous section of answering y'all questions. We know we love those, man. So definitely.
Absolutely. So fellas, so the Tennessee Titans, with the big victory over the woeful Jacksonville Jaguars, 20-0. Great job overall to the team in the victory. I did some research, man, before I asked this question about Jaguar meat, man. I think that's what we ate, man, during this game. You actually can eat Jaguar meat. It's a product of killing a Jaguar, the meat that can be cooked on fire, smoked, stewed, or placed on a drying jack. Jaguar meat is very high in protein and energy, and that's what the Titans play with a lot of energy, especially on defense. And this is an actual picture of Jaguar meat. Looks like a slab of pork chops, to be honest with you.
It really does.
Man, it looks good to me.
Says it does.
Defense, right? It does. So, Zach, I want to ask you first, man. So, of course, again, this is an AFC South victory. The Jags are now eliminated from the playoffs. So are the Texans. So they're done. They're put a fork in them. They're done. So give us reasons as to why you feel or know that the Tennessee Titans beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I don't think it was just like one thing. I think our defense showed up, and we're lucky that Urban Meyer is like making a dumpster fire of Jacksonville right now. And I don't know about Trevor Lawrence, but he's, he threw 4 interceptions, and that helped. And we were, Harold Landry and Jeffrey Simmons and a couple more guys were all over him all day, and that kind of created the interceptions. And I think it was just like overall our defense, and then the offense did, what it had to do. So I don't think it was just, one thing, like I said, but our defense has kind of bailed us out all year.
Facts, no paper.
And with this game, it was, not really any different. It's just, they're kind of bad, and we're just trying to get people back from injury. So it all kind of came together with a shutout.
I feel you on that, brother. I totally agree. I totally agree. Great points, man. And I agree with everything you said there, man. So, Jacques, what about you, good brother? What about you, man?
Reasons we won the game. Well, first, offenses didn't make no mistakes. They didn't turn the ball over. They played conservative. They scored when they needed to, and they took advantage of their opportunities that the defense gave them. Ultimately, the defense ate today. Like you said, they ate Jaguar meat. We had 4 turnovers. Specifically 4 interceptions, 1 from Rashawn, 1 from Jayon, 1 from Buster Screen, and 1 from the shutdown, the future shutdown corner, Christian Fulton. They call him Fulton County Jail. Right. And then the pressure. The pressure that they were getting on them. And I always say this, the Nico Autry to me is starting to be a tone setter on this defense.
Facts.
He did it in the Rams game, and he's done it in a couple of more games. It seems like when he sets the tone, the defense feeds off of his energy. You would think it'll be Jeffrey Simmons. You would think it'll be Harold Landry, but no, it's Nico Autry. And with him getting that first pressure and that first sack, it almost opened the defense. It's like, hey, we got this, guys. We just got this in the bag. And I think they asked Byard, when did you know that it was going to be a shutout? And I think Byard said at halftime, the defense knew they wasn't going to score any more points. So big caps off to the defense and Shane Bowen, because I think we don't give Shane Bowen enough credit to say, hey, Shane, you're doing a very good job, man. Keep up the good work. From how we were last year to how we've improved this year, it can't be matched. And just to lay a goose egg, like we haven't had a goose egg at home since 2000. Let that sink in.
That's
okay?
Right. That's right.
I don't know how old everybody was in 2000, but let that sink in. That's a long time, okay?
That's right.
So, I mean, just taking advantage of just opportunities. And you took advantage of a declining Jags team where Urban Meyer is I ain't gonna say the sunken place, but Urban Meyer is in la land. He's in a black hole, and he's just right now. Players have checked out, the coaches have checked out, so there's just the declining team. And I've never seen a team decline this fast. Usually, this takes years to do, but this is declining within a season. So, I mean, they ultimately took care of business, and hey, that's how we won a game. What about you, Hawk? Before we get there, man,
before we get this super chat, man. Yes, sir.
Danko. Hey, Danko, thank you for the super sticker, brother. Hey, Hawk, what do we do? What do we do, Hawk?
What do we do, man? Danko, what's good, brother? Hey, we appreciate it, sir. Thank you as always, Con brother.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you, man.
Yes,
we appreciate the super chat, man. Real talk, man. For real. So for me, man. Again, shout out to Danko, man. Danko in the building, man. You give us a super chat, man. You're in the building, brother. We appreciate it, man. So I think this, man. Let me tell you why we won this game, bro. Because this man right here, man, Urban Meyer. Blame him, man. Blame Urban, bro. Blame Urban. Okay. So he got out coached, man. Okay. I felt the Jags were just seemed disconnected, man, on offense and defense. James Robinson had 8 yards rushing, bro. Trevor Lawrence had 4 interceptions. Like, where are they doing that at? I mean, they're just awful. And our defense knew that, right? They knew emotionally, like, man, the Jags are going through a whole lot. And a lot of times when you go through that, you either play up or you play way down. And because the Jags are such a bad team, they can't play up because they're trash. So when you look at our defense, as you stated, 4 interceptions, man, and we baited Trevor Lawrence the entire game. Trevor Lawrence, I feel kind of bad for him because the way things are set up for him, man, it does look like it's going to be a lot of success his way unless there's going to be some major changes. And there's a lot of holes in Trevor Lawrence's game. It really is. I think he throws the ball late. He kind of throws a high ball too, like where it's easy to interception. You know, the Jayon Brown pick was amazing, right? Amazing. And our defense was just in position with Buster Screen and Rashaan Evans, who played like a monster, right? And John, I'm going to give you credit on this one because you said this, that Zach Cunningham signing has probably pushed Rashaan Evans to another level, right? The defense, the bye week fell at a perfect time. You play a terrible team, you're coming off your bye week, and you leave this game with no injuries, okay? You leave this game getting
Facts,
better.
no paper.
You know
Facts, no paper.
Yes. So we just had total domination this game. Urban Meyer was, he was saying strictly out there. I don't think, like, when you saw him doing the handshake with Coach Vrabel, you could tell he was just dejected, man. They were not ready to play, and we took advantage of it. We didn't really have to do much on offense, man. Like, it was just, hey, y'all, let's just coast, let's get done with this game. You know, let's get everybody leaving Nashville, leaving this game unscathed and unhurt. Let's get on to the next game, man. Let's handle these jokers on defense, do our thing. Shout out to Shane Bowen. Shout out to the defense. Shout out to the front line. Shout out to the DBs and the linebackers. You guys played a hell of a game, man. Great job.
Right. And before we get there, we got Derek Brown with the $4.99 super tag. Hey, Derek Brown, he says, I love the Titans community. Hashtag Tighten Up. Hey, yes, as we do every show, what we say again, Hope?
Ooh, Derek Brown. Hey, bro, in the building. D Brown in the building, man. In the building, man. In Florida, looks like in Gainesville, close to Jacksonville, man.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man.
Hey, great points, fellas. Great points. And J.K. Allen says, I wasn't even born in 2000.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. Hey, that's all right.
Hey, Betty Esquire says, Urban Meyer was one of the best coaches of all time, and he's not the problem, fellas. So, okay. I would say this about Urban. Urban is trying to coach grown men like college players, and you can't do that. And I think what's his name had the same problem. I think that's why he went to Alabama when he
Nick
was coaching.
Saban.
Nick Saban had the same problem, and he ultimately went back to college.
I can keep going.
Yeah, like it's a transition that you have to make, and I think that's what's plaguing him right now. And he's gonna have to change philosophy. I wouldn't recommend firing him at the end of the season. It sounds strange, But I feel like if he can change a little bit, I don't know. I don't know.
They might as well keep him, man. Unless Houston just blows him out or something, they might as well keep him, man. So we got 38 people in the chat, by the way.
That lights up. Titans fans, can we agree? Tied down and is holding us back like he did the 2016 Raiders.
Okay, we'll discuss that.
That's a matter of fact. That might be a question we lead off
we'll address.
Address. So, all right, keep Zach, keep that in your mind. Hawk, keep that in your mind because we're going to discuss this because I want to get everybody's opinion on this particular question. So we'll go to the next segment, and we know you got to have an MVP, a game ball, or something like that. So we're going to go to who were your players of the game, coaches of the game, just anybody that you feel like deserve a game ball. And I'm going to start with you, Titus Torch.
I think I mentioned it earlier, but I would say Harold Landry. Okay. He needs to get paid. He's what was the stat? Like he's the first Titan with double-digit sacks since Vanden Bosch, and I don't think – it kind of seemed like he had a down year last year, but I think it was just kind of a overall, it had to do with like the whole defense as a whole. And then this year he's just, he's everywhere in the backfield, tackles for loss, everything. I think he had like one of everything yesterday except an interception, but he's causing a lot of interceptions. So I would say him, and then like Jeffrey Simmons, like a close second. But I was really impressed with the pass rush, and just even you mentioned James Robinson having no rushing yards, and they're not even using him right, but we kind of just shut him down anyways. So I think it starts with Landry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts, no paper. I agree.
What about you, Hawk?
So I think this is the first time we've ever said this for this player. And, when I look at players like Isaiah Simmons, when I look at players like Michael Parsons, this is the type of guy that I wish could play like that and play more often. And that's number 54, Rashaan Evans, right? Mm-hmm. Rashaan Evans was all over the field. It's not that he made a whole lot of tackles, but, man, he was in a lot of positions, man, making plays, knocking down passes, getting the interception. He played with an edge. He plays like that with David Long, Jayon Brown, and Zach Cunningham. Our defense is woo-wee. I'm telling you, man. I really liked how Rashaan Evans played yesterday. I think, there's no question the guy's talented. I think, again, it's just him trying to find his spot. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, I kind of wish it was like a Michael Parsons type of situation. You know what I mean? Like, where he can do a hybrid defensive end linebacker type, because he can rush the passer. He did that very well at Alabama. And so I give a lot of credit to how he played and how the defense prepared to get him in spots and things. And I would say, too, and I told Jacques this, all the starters played very well on defense yesterday. Byard, Simmons, Landry, all those guys played very well. Jayon Brown had a good game, right? Christian Fulton played unbelievable. Hooker he could have had the 5th interception of the game, right? You can see when the talent is on the field, we are a problem. We are. We need our players out there. And when they're out there, they pitch the shutout. And people can say, oh, it's just Jacksonville. Hey, Jacksonville gets paid just like the Titans do, right? They are accountable for their offense as well, and they didn't score. So great job to the entire defense. Great job to Shane Bowen. Awesome work, man.
Right.
Yep. What about you, Jacques?
So for me, I'm going to give 2 balls. I'm going to give 1 ball to Shane Bowen because of the scheme that he drew up. And, of course, there's an argument going on. Is it really Jacksonville or is it the defense? Like you said, Hawk, it's a combination of both from Jacksonville's side, but you also got a scheme against that because he could have easily said, you know what, it's Jacksonville, let's play soft coverage, right? It's Jacksonville, let's not do no stunts on the defensive line. It's Jacksonville, let's just play, right? But, I mean, you hold that Robinson to what? He had 8 carries and 8 yards or if I've got it backwards.
Something like, man,
he only, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. It was like literally something like 8 yards. And I said last time Robinson ran a muck on us the first game, and you can tell, hey, if we can stop him, we can ask Trevor to beat us. And he couldn't ultimately
He had 6 carries for 4 yards, bro.
Okay, well, 6. Wow, 6. Wow. Okay.
The other yards came from Trevor Lawrence. That's terrible.
Wow. Okay.
What up, Jaguar Podcast? Go ahead, man.
Jaguar, Jaguar. Salute. Hey, great podcast what we did last time. And he said embarrassing game for us. Hope we get a new coach. The verdict is in. Sounds like the Jaguar country, Duval County wants a new coach. So
That's
hey,
right. That's
hey,
right.
my other game ball goes to a emerging star in this league. Okay, and he's not getting talked about a lot. And I think if he records at least 2 to 3 more interceptions, he'll start being up there with the Trayvon Diggs and the other conversations with Tre'Davious White. I'm not saying he's a Jalen Ramsey yet, but y'all know it's the Fulton County Jail, Christian Fulton. Now, Hawk knows this. I've been advocating for Christian Fulton since the training camp.
Yep.
And I pay attention to things with training camp and everything. And I pay attention to when I hear little things from Vrabel and the coaching staff says. At the beginning of the season, Vrabel said that Christian looked different. He came into training camp more prepared. He came in with a little bit more size. He came in more focused. You're seeing it. There was a clip on the broadcast, and I'm at the game, so I can't hear the broadcast, right? But everybody else is watching on TV. And I forgot the announcer, but he's going to say that, hey, Trevor Lawrence, he needs to pick on Christian Fulton or something to that thing. Not the very quote, but he was asked why he said that, and they told Trevor Lawrence, hey, pick on Christian Fulton's side. Now, at the game, at the games, when I'm looking at it and we paying attention, and I'm like, why is he continuing to pick on Christian? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You got Buster Screen over here, but you're picking on Christian. Well, at the end of the day, Christian held it down. Christian's percentage, I don't know his PFF grade, but Christian is trending up, and I like what he did, and he recorded an interception, a play that has killed us early in the season. Yes. With those big splash plays, we can date back to the Colts game. That play kept getting us. It was either a pass interference or the safety was late. But how Shane designed it, where Christian was in his deep zone, in his cover two, and he backed up just in time, was perfect. So that get a game ball to Christian and Shane Bowen. Hey, salute, man. Y'all did a good job, man, on defense. And we got another super chat from my boy Bam in the building. Chat. Bam, text me, bro. Bam with the $4.99 super chat. Hey,
yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Boom. Bam Forrest, what's good? Bam Forrest in the building, man.
Appreciate it, Bam, man. Appreciate it,
bro. Appreciate that, man.
Appreciate
Real talk. So we got 31 folks in the chat, man. Please make sure to hit the like button as well. If you have not followed Titans Torch, man, do that right now, man. Go ahead, check on your phone, man. Hey, hit the follow, hit the subscribe. Do that today.
He's at 3,116 followers. Let's get that up to 5,000 followers, man. Hey,
that's right.
He does a very good. He got content on Instagram. Hey, salute to this brother. And if y'all haven't go follow him now. Okay, go follow him now. It's like seriously.
Right. That's right. And to our other fellow guy, the Jaguar podcast that we did the show with for the pregame, man, check him out as well too. Yeah, fire content on that show as well too. So on this part of the show, man. So Jacques and I have been talking a lot, man, and we brought Zach onto this as well too about offense, defense, multitude of things or whatever. But looking at it now in the playoffs, if the playoffs started today, the Tennessee Titans are the number 2 seed in the playoffs, right? That's our ranking right now. And when you look at it as well, you look at teams that are, in the wild card. That's the LA Chargers, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Bills. Well, hold up a second. I pulled up the right one. I didn't pull up the right one. I pulled up the one from the previous week. My bad. Mm-hmm. It's this one. The Chargers, the Colts, and the Bills. You see how much that's changed, though, just in a week, right? Wow. You see that, right? The Colts are in there. The Bengals are out. Chargers are still there at the 5 spot. The Bills have moved down to the 7 spot, okay? So, Jacques, I'm going to ask you first, sir. And you know what I'm going to ask you to do, bro? I want you to state your case, bro. I want you to state your damn case.
All right.
Now, if the playoffs started today, we would be playing the Bills. Oh, wow, the Bills, man. So of those 3 teams right now, or any wild card team that's not even in it yet, because you got the Browns, you got the Bengals, the teams, right. The Steelers, they're trying to fight to get into the playoffs.
Right.
Who would you want to see if the playoffs started today?
Okay.
And what team would you say you would be a bit cautious for right now as of today?
Okay. Put that picture back up there again. And I'm
take the case, bro. The playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs.
Okay.
Playoffs.
Yes, sir. There it is.
I just want to see what we got. Okay. Who I would want to see and who's trending down and who you can kind of catch them on their per se limping.
Okay,
is the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Ravens is trending down. I think they'll still make the playoffs ultimately, but I just think they have a offensive play calling issue and also a small issue with Lamar. And shout out to Engraving Videos, man. Hey, y'all need to go support that
Check
Cat
them out.
Ravens podcast. But when I see the Ravens, they're just like us. They're injured, but their injuries are more on the deeper end of season-ending injuries, right? You got Marlon Humphreys that's out. You got half their running backs are out. Okay, if I want to see a team in the playoffs, in the divisional round or wherever we land, and I hope it's the first place or whatever, bring the Ravens to town because I feel like one, we owe them for what they did to us last year. We owe them big time for what they did to us last year. And two, I feel like we can actually get them pretty good. And the way our defense is playing, I think it'll basically be hard for them to actually score points. Now, on the opposite side, who I don't want to see, and they're getting hot, and I hate to say this, okay? Now, if people think it's the Chiefs, right? But I'll say the Colts.
Yep.
I would say the Colts. Be careful of the Colts. Now, it's saying we can still beat them, but the run game, the way the run game and the Colts are trending up, you don't want that run game. And you know how they say in the playoffs, how do you win games? You win games with your run game, right?
That's right.
Now, we did pick up Zach Cunningham, which is a caveat to that, right? But at the same time, it's the Colts, and we know they give us fits every time we play them, okay? So that's for me. Those are the two teams. The team I don't want to see is the Colts, and the team I want to see, give us the Ravens. Because I got a sour taste in my mouth for them, and what they did to us at home, and just how C-19 went, and wasn't nobody there, and the 12th element is called. I think it's the 22nd element. What they call us. They call us the 22nd element at the stadium and season ticket holders. Hey, 22nd element is going to be there, and we cause issues. You cause false starts. We cause issues. So bring on them. So that's for me, Hawk.
Okay. Titans torch. I'm going to ask you the same question, bro. Hey, state your case, man. State your case. If there's one team you would want to see in the playoffs, who would that be? And the team that you would be a bit cautious about?
Well, I would say the same as what he just said. But if I'm going to say something just to be different, I'm not really scared of the Chargers. You know, that might come back to bite me. But I don't mind if we do end up playing the Chargers, you know, with Herbert in our defense. I like that matchup. I would like to beat the Ravens again. And with the Colts, it kind of goes both ways. It would be nice if we could beat them 3 times in 1 year and be able to say that. But I'm right there with you. Like, I don't think, Jacques, that we're going to, you know, it'd be the Titans thing to do, to sweep them and then, you know, meet them in the playoffs and then get embarrassed.
Yes.
So, you know, I don't like the matchup of Jonathan Taylor and Wentz being healthy. And yeah, I know we beat them twice, but I wouldn't like to see them. And then, you know, whether it be the Ravens or Chargers or I would like to play the Patriots again, but I don't think it'll work out that way in the first round, at least, you know. So, I'm not really afraid of anybody if we're healthy, completely healthy, because, you know, there's a lot of teams in there that we've already beat, the Bills and the Chiefs, and hopefully we end up with the 1 seed with the schedule we have left. But, you know, that's who I'd like to see.
Okay. Great point.
Right. So, Hawk, it's time for you to state your case.
Yes,
state
sir.
your case.
Okay. All right. So for me, man, and I'm gonna pull this playoff picture again, just so everyone can look at it, man. You know, Patriots 1, of course, Titans 2, the Chiefs 3, Ravens 4. So I'm going to exclude the top 4 teams. You know, when I think of the first round, because of those 4, I would like to see the Ravens. No question about it. Out of those 4, I think that would be a game that we can win. I would put that as a high possibility. Now, in the wild card, because it could be the Chargers, Colts, Bills, could be anybody. Out of this list, honestly, I would say the Chargers, but I'm going to change it up. I'm going to say the Buffalo Bills, okay? Yes, we have owned the Bills, and we have owned them over the past several years, right? And the reason why I say the Bills is because of this. They can't run the football. They are a terrible running football team, and they can't stop the run. So Buffalo is just literally allergic to the word run. Okay. So don't let us have Derrick Henry. Okay. That's going to be a problem for Buffalo. Okay. Now, I give them credit, the effort they put in to try to, come back to beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. But, Tampa Bay's struggling against the pass. They really are. Their DBs are struggling this year, right? So for us, when you look at Buffalo, Josh Allen is a problem. He had over 100 yards rushing, 300 yards passing, right? But I'll take that, okay? Because they can't run the ball. Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Matt Breida is a bunch of just regular dudes. They're just like what we got. So it's just kind of like, I don't think they would pose that much of an issue as much as we might think. I do think, I have to agree with Zach, probably the Chargers of those three teams would probably be the easiest. But I'm going to say Buffalo would be preferred because we're used to them. We've seen Buffalo. We know how they operate, right? On the flip side of it, y'all, I'm going to have to agree. And Jacques knows I've been saying this for weeks. When they were like the 10th seed, I said, watch out for the Indianapolis Colts. Watch out for them guys. Because when we played them, Carson Wentz threw the ball 51 times. They're not going to do that again. They're just going to do down. Say, here you go, Jonathan Taylor. Down, say, here you go, Taylor. And then are we going to be able to stop that? Now, we are one of the best running defenses in the league, top 5 in the league, okay, as far as run defense, okay? We just held James Robinson to 4 yards, but James Robinson ain't no Jonathan Taylor, okay? So Jonathan Taylor is a neutralizer at running back. He sort of is like, we think like, say, Derrick Henry, where the offense runs from the running game, and it helps Carson Wentz to do other things, right? Now, I think Tannehill's better than Carson Wentz, but I think Carson Wentz will have the ability to do a few things when his name is called, right? So the Colts would be out for blood against us, too. They hate the Titans just like we hate them jokers, right? But I do think the Colts would be the one team of those teams in the wild card that I'd be the most fearful for, the Colts.
I like that. Hey, Great point, Zach. Great point, Hawk.
Yep.
Hey, but I'm with Zach on this one. When we healthy, when we're fully healthy, it's gonna be hard to beat us.
It is, man.
It's gonna be hard to beat us. Like I mean, we can keep up with literally any team in our division. I mean,
that's right.
And if we have to play them again, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say we beat most of those teams when Derrick Henry was hurt.
Yep.
That's or half the team was hurt. So
exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right. And I'll tell you this too, Zach, man, before the season started, and I'm not one of those Titan fans that think we can win the Super Bowl every year. Matter of fact, I've never said that.
You've never said it. Nope.
I've never said that. But I said it this year before the season started. When I looked at our roster, offense and defense, and I kept saying, if our defense can play mid-level, 13th in the league, just something in that nature, and everybody's healthy on offense, we can win the Super Bowl. And I mean that because I do think we have the best team in the AFC. When our players are out there, we're the number one team in the AFC by far. We've beaten every team that you think that we would have lost to. We beat them fair and square. So I'm very proud of these boys. We get healthy, we are a problem.
Right. Definitely. The most balanced team. Like we have the most balanced team in the league, man. Like literally. So
facts.
Definitely.
So cool. So, Jacques, as you know what we do, man. This is our favorite part of the show. All right.
Yes,
so as we call this show, the live chop up, meaning we're chopping up food. We're chopping it up for you all to sit at the dinner table, man. Come sit down with us, man. Hey, ask your questions. We're going to answer them, fire them off for us, man. You get a seat at the dinner table. So let's see what we got, Jacques.
I want to start with a question. Well, it's not really a question. It's almost like a statement earlier where Titans fans said, can we agree Todd Downing is holding us back like he did the 2016 Raiders? Now, that stint with the Raiders was very small, so I can't really judge them off of that. But, Titans Torch, I'm going to go to you first. Do you agree with this comment?
I don't think so. I don't really know enough about him, and I don't know. Like, I know that Vrabel's like the defensive guy, and Arthur Smith kind of, ran the whole thing. But I don't know if it's entirely his fault right now with the injuries, and even when Julio was healthy or those first full games that he played, I don't, I think there is something to say about chemistry with Tannehill, and that'll be big over these next few weeks to see them build that without AJ in. But I don't think it's fair to evaluate that way without a tight end, really. Swaim is pretty good, but without, we lost Jonnu and AJ's out, Julio's out, Derrick Henry's out. We've had, 10 backup running backs come in and out, and 20 wide receivers come in and out, and we use 4 different tight ends, and
Tell him, Zach.
offensive line has, been a revolving door, and we're still, mostly because of our defense, but our offense, I don't think it's fair to say it's one person's fault or one play caller's fault or anything like that. I think, if he costs us a game in the playoffs, then that's a different story.
Right.
But I would like to see it, fully healthy.
I agree. Facts, no paper. What about you, Hawk?
So, Jacques, I've been saying this, for the entire time, that it's not his fault at all. It's this fault. This right here. Y'all see that? That's an X-ray. That's Derrick Henry's foot. Okay. That red dot, that small dot, is the reason why right now, if we want to talk about offensive struggles, again, we are having practice squad players playing at the end of the day. Okay. Look what's going on with Baltimore right now. Look what's going on with the New Orleans Saints. You can't win games if your star players are out. You can make some concessions, but the Tennessee Titans have had 86 players to play. That's an NFL record, and we still have 4 games left. Okay, that's huge, man. So they're doing the best that they can do. So if we want to say holding back, okay, so who are we going to have running down the field on a go route? Like, say, if we had like a Deshaun Jackson type of receiver, nobody.
Me, you, and Zach.
On a tight end dive or drag.
Me, you, and Zach. We can put
right. Exactly. So I just think right now, I'm not going to expect an offensive coordinator to be perfect. You're going to have bad play calls here and there, but you got to look at your job or anybody's job. Do you work every single day perfectly? No, you're going to have a bad day or two, right? But overall, when your performance agreement is done at the end of the year, where are you rated, right? And so again, Zach, I agree. I don't think you can't judge it at the moment too tough right now until all of our players are back. Right now is really just putting a Band-Aid over a bullet hole, man. So, yep.
So for me, I agree with both of y'all. And I'm going to add to that too. I feel like he's trying to leave off where Arthur Smith literally left him the ball. They said, hey, you're going to do what Arthur Smith do. And I think he needs to find his own identity and figure out his own play calls and just figure himself out. I think, like you said, you can't judge him this year. And I've been critical of some of the play calling, but I also got to take an equation. This is really his first time being a full-time OC, right? And we can say the same thing about Arthur Smith. When Arthur Smith came on the board, we were all like, who is Arthur Smith? Okay, he did okay, but that second year, he transcended, which ultimately got him a head coaching job. So it's the same things. Be careful what you wish for, because next year, and I keep telling Hawk this, I said next year I feel like we're going to be even better because you still got Julio for another year. You got AJ. And I feel like they're going to add more pieces. I think John is so smart to the point where, okay, we need a tight end, right? We need to go out and get a tight end. We're gonna go out and get a tight end in the offseason to help our offense. We need to revamp the offensive line and say, hey, maybe these pieces are getting a little bit older. We need to find younger youth to get in here and block. Then I feel like he's going to use Derrick better next year versus how he did this year, because Derrick's an easy Band-Aid. You can say, hey, Derrick, run it 500 times, and you make my offense look good. Okay, cool. But with that, I think he's going to have a more balanced offense. Just look out for next year. I feel like Todd Downing is going to be a better OC next year than he is this year. He's just getting his feet wet. And I ultimately give the credit to Mike Vrabel and John Robinson, because they built a culture here to where this culture ultimately allows us to get through a season where Derrick Henry goes down and we have 86 players on injured reserve, and he's bringing in practice squad players, and they still okay enough to win games. So salute to them too, because they just have the right mind and they just fit this team very well.
All right. Looks like we got a super chat, Jacques.
We do.
Okay. Billy Scott.
He says, tighten up, guys. We are getting healthy at the right time. Facts, no paper.
No paper. That's a fact, sir.
$5 super chat. And what we say, Hawk?
Boom. B. Scott in the building.
And I know, Zach, you had a point? You had something you want to say, Zach? Go ahead.
I just wanted to add, like, I think we've been kind of spoiled with offensive coordinators because, I don't think we're always going to have someone that's just like next in line to get a head coaching job.
Yep.
Like LaFleur and Arthur, and I don't know if it's Vrabel's fault that he doesn't run the offense, but we're not always just going to get like a head coach in waiting to come in and run the offense and then leave. Even if we do, they're going to leave to be a head coach somewhere in 2 years. So maybe if people that don't like the offensive coordinators we have, maybe it's, maybe Vrabel should, be more involved with the offense and play calling and take that over as time goes on, so we don't have to rely on, coordinators, or we don't have to rely on the next coordinator that we hire, being good,
Right.
being as good as the previous guy.
And, that's right. And I agree with that. And he's more of a defensive-minded coach anyway. So in his mind, he's like, well, I don't care what the offense do. Let the defense come out here and do their thing. And as he's thinking, he thinks like that. It's like, okay, hey, you still got your guy over here. But I agree with that. And Rodney says Todd has disappointed me. And he says the passing game needs to open up. No reason to have less than 200 yards. Now, let me say this. I would judge this when it comes to the playoffs because I feel like we're going to have a full, healthy roster. And when I see Henry and I see everybody else out there, then boom. But I will say this, and we'll get to the next question. You're not the only person that said that. When I'm at these games and I'm sitting in the stands and I hear other people around me are saying, hey, throw it to Julio. Hey, Todd, Julio's there. Hey, this. Now, some of this has to go on Tannehill too because some of those plays I've seen, Julio did a double move. He was open, right? Chester Rogers was open in the middle. So some things I think they just need to get comfortable with the offense and our offensive play caller. We'll be all right. We'll be okay. So let's see. Y'all shoot them questions, man. Shoot us them questions.
Yep. And we're gonna fire off as many questions as we can, man. We're gonna go with it.
Oh, I think I got one right here now. So Derek Brown says, why hasn't Ryan Tannehill been using his legs more this season?
Because he don't want to get hurt. He's seen too many players get knocked down, and it's like, man, let's just preserve as much as we can. We're winning ball games. There's no need to be risky. Let's just, I agree. He needs to run more, yes. And I think when the playoffs come around, I do think that'll be the case. And he's dangerous when it comes to that. But let's count our blessings that he's not hurt because Tannehill has a knack for getting injured. So I'm good.
He's been durable. But I will say this. It's the same thing I said earlier. The touchdown run. It was in my end zone. And I'm sitting, everybody's run, Tannehill, run. And then he runs, okay? So I agree with him, and then he does a finger roll.
Yep.
I agree. But I think wait till the playoffs come, and I think the playbook is going to open up. I feel like you're going to see different plays. I think you're going to see more of Tannehill running because they're going to want to win. They're going to taste that Super Bowl, and they're going to feel like it's so close, especially if they're the number one seed, because the percentage in the chances of you getting to the Super Bowl when you hold the number one seed at the bye is very high versus you going through and you in the divisional round and you just fighting your way through the playoffs. So, great point. What about you, Zach? What you think?
I just think that, like you said, he doesn't want to get hurt. I didn't realize till yesterday that they said that he was the most sacked quarterback in the league this year, and I guess that makes sense, but I didn't really think about it. So I guess he just doesn't want to get hurt, like you said.
Yeah, perfect. So Damien asks, he says, should Ryan Tannehill have more structured run plays like Josh Allen and I guess you're saying Kyler Murray? And I think it would have helped tremendously. What y'all think? So what y'all think?
Eventually, we're 9-4. We gotta say this too. Like the Titans have won 6 years in a row. We've had a winning record, right? We're winning football games, and I think eventually, yes. But right now, he's healthy right now, so I don't think there's a game like, oh man, I wish we could have run him more or whatever. That will come. I do believe that. I just think right now they're just trying to keep everything eased. Right now, we got out of this Jags game without a lot of injuries. Let's keep the train moving, man.
What about you, Zach?
I think usually when he does really good running, it's because he fakes a handoff to Henry, or AJ's downfield, and I guess it probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Or I guess a lot of teams aren't really scared of him to run. When Nick Westbrook is the number one wide receiver, and
right.
You don't even know who the other running back is. So when it's open, I like to see him take it, for the first down or the touchdown run like yesterday, but it's probably, not there as much as we think it usually is.
Right. So Kenneth Galloway asked, he said, do you think Ryan Tannehill can fix the turnovers down the stretch? I say yes, because what's going to happen, he's going to do what he did yesterday. He's going to play conservative. Now, when the playoffs come, I expect them to open the play. Well, let me say this. They better open the playbook, because when you go against these teams like Kansas City, the Chargers who are putting up points, your offense, even when we play the Steelers, These teams threaten you to put up points. You're going to need your offense to put up points. And I think that's where the frustration is. And I understand where a lot of fans are coming from when they say we're not putting up enough points, because a lot of fans are looking at the future. They're not looking at now. They're like, okay, and we're looking at now, okay, hey, let's not get them hurt. Let's not do this. But are you prepared to, when we play Kansas City and they're putting up points, can our offense match it? So I think he'll cut it down. I think it's just him with the offensive line play. I think that it's to me. I've told Hawk this. It's the O-line. The O-line is not playing good at all. There's inconsistency. They're not blocking. Their pass blocking is trash. Run blocking is good, but pass blocking is just so inconsistent that I think in his mind he don't trust them. So he just tries to get it out as fast as he can. So what about y'all?
Yeah, I think so. I think, before the season started, we saw Ryan Tannehill in the preseason throw a lot of interceptions in practice and everything. It was sort of the talk of the preseason. And I know we defended that, like, it's just preseason or whatever, but it sort of has translated over. But I think the turnovers, a lot of it, I'd say 60% of it is based on who's out on the field. You're asking guys like Nick Westbrook-Akina to go run a curl route. You got a top corner out there. They're going to eat that alive. They're going to be wide open for the interception. We're putting a lot of pressure on guys that don't make a lot of money, and that's going to cause a lot of issues. That's why you pay AJ. That's why you pay Julio.
I agree. So the official TY asks, what should we expect from AJ when he comes back? Great question. I'm gonna throw that to you guys. What do y'all? Since the woes of AJ has been struggling, because he has been struggling, what do you expect to see when AJ comes back? I'll start with you, Zach.
I was just looking up his stats because I would like to see him try to still go for 1,000 to keep the trend up, but he's at 615 yards, so it'd be close depending on how much he gets to play. But I just want him to, kind of like Julio, just limited whenever we need him. We don't have the toughest matchups coming up, so if we could, use him in a way where he doesn't have to get 200 yards and 10 catches and all that stuff, that'd be nice, just to kind of ease him back into it like we are with Julio and everyone else.
Perfect. What about you, Hawk?
That's true, man. I was shocked of the stat you just read there, Zach. I didn't know AJ had that many yards. I didn't know he had over 600 yards. I thought he had maybe 60 yards, not 600 yards, right? That's a big difference. So, Arthur Juan is a problem, man, and we know that. Right now, just trying to, stay healthy and things. And I think, what to expect from him. He had the extra bye week because he's supposed to miss 3 games. So in reality, he's going to miss 4 games or 4 weeks. So when he comes back, he should be healthy, ready to go.
When does he come back?
He comes back, I think, the 49ers game, I think.
Okay, so next week.
That's on a Thursday?
Yeah, on a Thursday.
Yep, I think so. That's at least a rumor. And even if not, if we're winning games, hey, wait till the Miami game, man. Just don't rush. It's playoff time. We're trying to get y'all. We're trying to Kawhi Leonard this thing, okay? Right. So let's go, AJ. You're good. Hey, man, just come in there when you need to, man, and let's ball out now. Don't come here playing around. Come out there and be a number 1 receiver.
We'll see. Rodney says, should we attack the middle more with the tight ends, because Michael Pruitt has done great when his number's been called?
Zach, you got that one, Zach, man.
I think Pruitt's underrated, and he probably should be used more. He's, it seems like he's always catching a touchdown in the corner somewhere, and then, but I like Swaim too. I mean, he had like 4 catches yesterday, and he usually has 2 or 3 catches and 20 or 30 yards, and they're first downs. And but with Pruitt, it's I can't remember what the question exactly was, but I would like to see him.
So he said, should we attack the middle of the field with Michael Pruitt?
Yeah, I mean, middle, wherever he's open. It seems like he doesn't get enough playing time for how much he produces when he's out there.
Right. Yeah.
And he wasn't even on the roster, to start the year or at the end of preseason, and then they just kind of brought him back or claimed him from waivers. Or it's just kind of weird. It's kind of like Foreman, how they love Foreman, but he didn't come back until he was really needed.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird sometimes with people like that come in and make a big difference, but it seems like they should be used more.
Right.
Yep. Yep, we got 51 people in the chat. What's up, y'all? What is good? What's good, man? We appreciate y'all watching the show, man. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Do the same for Titans Torch as well, man.
Hawk, I'm gonna shoot this question to you. Fleetwood Titan says Kansas City is surging. Are Titans at full strength the type of team that can dominate their momentum? Dominate their momentum.
Okay, so we've already beaten the Chiefs, right? Okay. It doesn't mean we can beat them again. So let me just clarify that. So if I rearrange this question, the Titans at full strength, are we the type of team that can win? Yes. Dominate? No. Right? I don't think we'll dominate them. I think Kansas City is I think they're the scariest team in the AFC, if you ask me. It's the Chiefs. Okay. The Raiders pissed them off. Okay. And, the Raiders were stomping on the logo. And, Kansas City scored immediately. Right. And so I think the one thing that Kansas City can do more than any other AFC team in the playoffs right now is they can pass the ball very efficiently. And it's, the Chargers trying to creep up in that same spot. But, Kansas City's battle tested. They won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. Went to the Super Bowl last year. So they're battle tested. You got to give that to the Kansas City Chiefs. They're, besides us and the Ravens, they're the most battle tested team in the AFC. So it will be a challenge for us against the Chiefs. No, we won't dominate them. No.
But I think I will say this. I think our team has the best shot of beating them because adding the Zach Cunningham. Adding Zach Cunningham on defense was huge. And I feel like when you get Bud Dupree and everybody back, defensively, I think the Titans have enough firepower to at least sustain the Chiefs. You just have to worry about if your offense can put up points. That's the key to them. And if you can get the King back, cool. But you're going to have to open it up a little bit more in order to keep up with high-power offenses like the Chiefs. So, great point. So, next question, we got Rashad White. Right, when can we see Golden Tate take the field for us? Zach, what you think?
I don't know. I've had some people DM me on Instagram and ask why, like Cody Hollister was playing and he wasn't called up. And the thing I just kind of told them, my own opinion was, maybe they prefer someone like Hollister, and I'm kind of forgetting or who else was called up, like Dez,
McMath,
Nick McMath and Dez are used because they were draft picks. They don't want to, waste that. And then Hollister, has been with the team for a few years and knows the culture and playbook and maybe Golden Tate was kind of brought in to be a practice, veteran practice presence. And I don't know if, with Julio coming back, with AJ coming back, and they like, Nick Westbrook's not bad at all. And Hollister did good. So I'm not sure, what Golden Tate's role is going to be, if he's even going to get called up, because I thought he would get called up yesterday, but he didn't. So maybe it was just like a veteran presence for practice, like I said, and to kind of test guys and just be there, and just in case, like, Julio wasn't ready yesterday or someone else doesn't come back 100%.
Okay.
Cool. What about you, Hawk?
I don't, I've always, Adrian Peterson, I was a big advocate of this, and I say this all the time. I don't know until I see you. And what I mean is, if you haven't played in a long time, man, football's not one of them sports you wake up out of bed and all of a sudden you're out on the field. It takes time to get back in shape and things. So, though I have not heard any rumors, and the film that I've seen of him, he looked pretty good in practice with practice field. If that was the case, AJ and Julio would be the top two receivers in the league, right? But I would say right now, it's just hard. It's really hard to know at the moment, because Golden Tate hadn't played all season. So I would just speculate that he might not just be in top game shape yet. But I think down the road it'll happen for him. So Golden Tate, straight out of Nashville, by the way.
Hey, salute to JP too. What I've heard is that he's still getting acclimated with the playbook, one, and two, I think they're going to use him situationally. So this is a game, if I activate him, it might be the Steelers game, right? Or it might be the 49ers game when I get A.J. Brown, Julio. That gives him at least like 3 or 4 weeks to learn the playbook. I like him in the slot better than I like what we have right now, because I feel like he's a great slot receiver. And I think he's not going to be the top-notch guy, but I feel like he's a possession receiver enough to get you a first down here or at least something. He'll get you something. So, hey. We'll see.
I think the other guys might have played more special teams too, and Golden Tate probably doesn't.
That's facts, no paper.
Facts, no paper. Jeremiah Robinson says, "Is Buster Screen better than Jackrabbit?" Ooh, that's a great question.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Buster, I'm surprised of how well Buster Screen played on the outside. Buster Screen has always been a slot corner,
Yep.
you know. And it's not to say Jack Rabbit, oh my gosh, he's an unbelievable corner, because he definitely has his challenges, right? But I think Screen had a great game. He's definitely a veteran. He's been with the 11 team, so I mean, he's a good player, no question. But I wouldn't start him over Jack Rabbit.
Okay. Good question. Good. Ian says Colts or Pats. Go Colts. Go Colts. I hate to say this, but go Colts. Because if the Pats lose, they put us back in the number 1 seed.
Number 1 spot.
Now they still hold a tiebreaker. So if they continue to win out and it comes to something where we have to play week 17, then boom. But that's a situation too we got to think about. Do we want to play week 17 to get the number 1 seed if we have to, or don't we play the number 1 seed? So hey, go Pats. I mean, go Colts. Excuse me.
And I hate to say that, man.
I know.
Yuck.
I hate to say it too. Tommy Dixon says, should we change kickoff returners? I don't think so.
No. With who would be the question that goes with that. You know, Chester Rogers, punt return wise, has been one of the best in the league. You know what I'm saying? He makes mistakes every so often. I do see that. And but as far as kickoff returner, I don't know who else would replace. I'd say yes if we had a replacement.
Okay. Perfect. Tommy Dixon comes with another one. He said, what do y'all think Derrick Henry will be back? So when is his return? What are y'all hearing?
I see stuff like different every day.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, me too.
So I don't know. I think it's probably like he can come back. But when is he like 100%? And when we could probably use him before the end of the season, but will we? And how much do you want to
push
him, but also, get him back in a rhythm is kind of something that's going to be interesting to manage or watch them manage.
That's right. We miss you, King. We miss you, King. Y'all miss the King? I miss the King, bro. So we'll open up for a few more questions, man, before we end the show, folks.
This is a good question. Jack says, what do you guys think about our new middle linebacker, Zach Cunningham, a Vanderbilt protege, anchor down? What do y'all think? What do you think, Hawk? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I like it a lot. Zach Cunningham led the league 2 years ago in tackles, okay? Even when he was at Vanderbilt, did the exact same thing. A tackling machine. He's about the same size as Evans. They're both very tall, big linebackers. Now, I will tell you, Zach Cunningham struggles in the passing game, in coverage, okay? He's actually pretty bad. I don't know if y'all know that. He's pretty bad in coverage, but he will knock your head off. And more than anything, he just makes a lot of tackles, man. And so because we have Jayon Brown, we have David Long and those guys, I think that suits us very well to say, man, look, against teams that can run the ball like New England and those guys, you tackle folks. That's all I need you to do. Make tackles. That's it. So, yeah, I like the pick.
Yep.
He's back home, too, by the way.
That's the perfect thing. That's why I say when we play the Colts, when we play the Patriots again, we have a tackling linebacker that can tackle those running backs. So I feel I love the pickup. I love the pickup. Yeah. So Beavis, the other side of Butthead, says, what are y'all thoughts on Foreman? I think he's a great running back. Definitely a good switch up from King Henry. What do y'all think? I know, Hawk, you speak highly of Foreman. So,
yeah, I think, man, like my thoughts on him are awesome for a second backup running back. I mean, I keep him. I never knew. And Zach, you brought this point up. I don't know why we ever let him go. Keep him. Yeah, Foreman should be our primary backup running back. Darrington Evans, we'll holler at you.
I agree.
Yeah, it should be him and McNichols and Derrick Henry.
Facts.
I agree. Rashad asked, this is a great question. He got robbed in Seattle. But when will Julio get his first touchdown? This is a solid question. Before we get started, hold on, Zach. I got you. Before we get started, this seems to plague us when we get receivers. Randy Moss was with us, and he didn't record no touchdown, okay? This happens. This tends to happen a lot. Now, good job from AP. But go ahead, Zach. When is he going to get his first touchdown?
I was going to say he already did.
Technically did, but they took it away.
Right.
I don't know. It'd be nice to see it happen this week, but I don't know.
It should have happened with the Jags game.
It'll happen when AJ is back on the field and Derrick Henry's back, especially AJ's on the field. It'll take a little bit of pressure off of him, and if we're able to run the ball pretty well and get close to the end zone, he'll score. But
that's a perfect world. That's a perfect world.
It is.
All I'm
it's
saying
going to be a minute.
It's a perfect world. That's what we talked about in the beginning of the season. We said we're gonna see the king. We're gonna see the perfect world. I'm gonna take what you just said. I'll wait and see.
Yeah,
I'll wait and see. Hopefully,
it's gonna be my answer is gonna be a while. I don't think it's gonna be soon.
My answer is I'll wait and see. We'll see. Yeah. So Bryce Petty said, did Julio want to go crazy yesterday? You know what? I would say this. Yes, he did. There was some plays, guys. I'm telling you, I'm at the game. I'm seeing it from my vantage point. Boom, 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 boom. There was one point in time, Julio was jumping up and down. I want the ball. I want the ball. I want the ball. It's just something with your offensive line. I blame the offensive woes yesterday on the offensive line. Offensive line did not block good,
sir.
If they were able to hold up at least their blocks, I think Tannehill could have had enough time. He had a good throw to him on an out route that was beautiful. That was real beautiful. But I just think that they need to dial up specific packages for him and get him involved just in space, because Julio's real good in space. Get him involved in space and just get him in the end zone. I know everybody was like, fade route, fade. That's his bread and butter. So right. I think they just got to figure out what they got, man. They just that's right. They got to figure out, man. So
that's right, man.
Mark Jones says Julio's going to be getting stronger and faster as the season goes. And I agree.
I agree with that too. That's what me and Jacques been talking about a lot too. As the season go along, he'll get stronger and better, man. So
the good thing is he didn't get hurt.
Right, exactly. That's what we skating out of this Jacksonville game unscathed. We should be happy of that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go 2 more questions.
Rashad, right? How did y'all feel about the Roberson hit? Now, me and Hawk have talked about Roberson, and we've said this joker is crazy. He plays with dude is off. He got a couple of screws missing.
Energy, and when he hit, energy, bro.
When he hit Carlos Hyde, and the whole stadium said, "Ooh!"
It's like, ooh.
It was a tone setter. I will say that
it was.
Hey, it's a tone.
I thought Hyde died for a minute. Is he dead?
He got up pretty slow.
Yeah,
he's seeing stars. Tweety Bird. No, so C-Dub says the O-line worries me. We can't go into the playoffs with the O-line, and I agree.
Yeah. 100%. Zach, what do you think? Do you think about the offensive line? How you think they play, man?
I think it's been bad, and Saffold is hurt or he's not hurt. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm always kind of critical of Lawan, but I guess he's been getting back to normal. And then Nate Davis was hurt for a few weeks, so hopefully they turn it around for the rest of the season.
Yeah, man.
I got 2 more questions and we can bounce out of here. So Mari asks, should we limit Henry's to 9 to 15 carries when he comes back and then just leave him out there a couple of plays just to see how the defense reacts to him out there? What do you guys think? This is a loaded question. So let me break it down. Should we limit him to 9 to 15 carries first?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I would say it depends on what game it is.
Facts. That is true. That is true. I agree. Yep, that's true. In playoffs, you have no choice but to play him, right?
Yeah.
But
Now, I'm gonna sum this question up like this: should we use him as a decoy so defenses can react to him? Are defenses respecting him still since he got hurt? Or as a defensive guy myself, if I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, Henry's hurt. He's a wounded dog out there. If I'm smart enough, I'm like, they're just using him as a decoy. I'm going to play my position. I'm going to be patient. What do you think? Should we use him as a decoy, or should we not waste our time getting him hurt?
If he comes back like with 1 game left, I forget who the last game of the season is.
The Texans. No, it's not the Texans.
No, it's the Texans. It's the Texans.
It's Texans. Okay, Texans.
Yeah, so I think they would make, I don't think they care. So they would probably just, play it normal or see, make him beat us if he's really back.
Yeah.
And
then if it's a playoff game, I guess you have to respect it at least for like the first half and see what he does.
Yeah. Agreed.
Gotcha.
That's true.
Now this is gonna be the last question. This is y'all got a lot of good questions today. Tommy Dixon said, what do y'all think about the play caller on offense yesterday? So I guess it's the play calling. What did y'all think?
Well, Jacques, I told you this. I know from, when you look at it, visually, it's like, it's okay. It's all right. A few bad plays here. The one time, we kicked a field goal. It was, third down, and we just did a handoff, and then we kicked the field goal to get it to 10-0. And you go into the first half 10-0 against the woeful Jacksonville Jaguars. I get that, right? But I literally feel like yesterday was an anomaly. It was just different. I just felt that the offense was like, y'all, listen, we're not trying to show a lot right now. The defense, you guys said they're not going to score. Is that what y'all said? Okay, cool. Good. Okay, good. So offense, guys, we're going to run play A, B, and C all game. We're just going to be as simple as possible. We're not going to try to stretch players to getting them hurt. We're not trying to, throw out play calls at other teams, that playoff teams that can look at it like, okay, they're going to go do this. They're going to do this. We're going to put our preseason package for the Jags game. We took the playbook from when we had game one on the preseason for this Jacksonville game, and it worked. So I think the play calling, I don't give it much merit from this game. I don't. We won 20-0. If we wanted to open it up, we could have. But again, we still got B receivers out there. I mean, we still got wannabe running backs out there. So I'm not judging play calling, man. I'm not on that right now.
What about you, Zach?
I think Vrabel just wanted to get a win as conservative as possible. I think when it was 7-0, and then right before we kicked the field goal, it was like 4th and 2 at midfield, and they were talking about, like, on the commentary, like, they should have went for it, or it was kind of weird that we or not at midfield, but we were in field goal range, and we could have went for it on like 4th and short. And I think they cut to Mike Vrabel, and to me, it kind of looked like he was thinking, we have a chance to go up 2 scores. We've lost, 2 in a row. This is the Jaguars. Let's just get 10 or make it 10-0 and then keep playing good defense. So, I know a lot of people are frustrated about the play calling, but, like you said, that it's just like a bunch of practice squad guys, so we can't run play action and deep passes, and AJ's not down there to catch a, 40-yard bomb, and Derrick Henry's not, getting a 90-yard run against the Jaguars. So it's just kind of, we talked about Downing earlier, that it's not really his fault. We don't feel like it's his fault. So, we just got to see what happens when they're healthy.
Yep. Facts, no paper. Hey, if your defense keep playing like that, you can do what you want on offense, because defense wins championships. I say that all the time, and I'm a defensive guy at heart, and I'll always be a defensive guy. So this is why I'm excited about the Zach Cunningham picking up, and I'm excited about getting Bud Dupree back. I'm excited about getting David Long back, because what happens is those guys will allow you to do what you need to do and hold down for it. Defense, keep doing what you do. You're the most energized unit that we have on this team right now. You're the most energized and the most unit that has the most continuity, and just keep doing it, because we're going to need y'all guys to get us through the door. And offense, just be y'all, okay? That's just how I look at it. Just be y'all. We get everybody back. Y'all take care of business, but I'm over here with the defense from here on out until we get to the playoffs. And until I see we get everybody healthy, then I can judge the offense. But right now, I'm a defensive guy. So salute. One more thing. Hey, Anthony Harris, hey, tighten up from Florida A&M. Hey, shout out to you, TSU in the building. So, hey, salute, man. It was a great show.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, y'all. Hey, thank you all for the, being on the show, man. That ends the show, y'all. We want to say thank you. We want to give a special shout out, man, to this boy here, Titans Torch, man. Zach, in the building, man. In the building, Titans Torch, man. Hey, anything you want to say about your show, man? Anything you want to say? First, we just want to say appreciate you coming on to the show, bro.
Yes, sir. We really do.
Thanks for having me. I already promoted my stuff. I'm only really doing anything on Instagram. So my podcast will be back, eventually. But just Instagram, I'm going to try to do like more live streams and stuff on there, just for people that follow me. So that's it, really. It's just Instagram at Titans Torch, and then Twitter is the same thing, but I kind of just repost my Instagram stuff on there. So
cool, man. Cool. Well, speaking of Instagram as well, folks, for us in Tennessee Titans Weekly at Instagram, you can check us out there as well. On Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7. We are also on Apple and Spotify. We got some reviews on there, some very good reviews. Thank you for those that have done that. Titan Fanatic, Kenny Blanco, what is good? Again, we have, different platforms as well, man, continuing to spread the Titans news, man. We enjoy this. We love this, man. You know what I'm saying? So tighten up.
Hey, absolutely. And when you do, get ready to listen or view, or even on Instagram, subscribe. Hey, click that like button and turn your notification information on. I don't care if you're on Instagram, Spotify, Apple. Cut it on because it's going to let you know when Tennessee Titans Weekly drop content and Titans Torch. So definitely, man. And we will get to our Steelers post game. Just
Yes,
I see somebody come and talk about it. So we'll break that down soon. So just get ready. But hey, shout out to the Titans, get that 20-0 victory. Let's go and get them Steelers, man.
That's right. That is right. That's right. And one thing, I'll be forgetting to remind us too, man, about our merchandise, man. Our merchandise. You can go to Teespring, TEE Spring, type in Tennessee Titans Weekly, man. We got everything from hoodies, socks, cups, wallets, iPhone cases, anything you need, man. We got it there for you, man, at a good price as well, too. And it supports the show as well. So cool. Well, again, Titans Torch, thank you, man. Hey, we'll have you back on the show, no question about that in the future, man. Very near future as well, man.
Thank you.
Cool, man. Well, Jacques, as we always say, good sir. And again, thank you for everybody that watched the show and commented as well. Facts.
No paper.